Welcome to Micromobility 2025, and welcome to Brussels. We have a new venue, new setting, and thank you so much for joining. Somewhere in 2019, I was trying to build a IoT company, and my co-founder Cedric and I, we gathered whatever we had and took a flight to San Francisco for a conference that we've never heard of called Micromobility America. Right? Nobody had a clue. We didn't know what to expect. We went there, and the people that I met and the conversations that I had there completely reshaped my thinking about this industry. And without taking that flight, I wouldn't be here today. The reason why I'm saying this is a lot of folks in the room or out there, they all have a story associated with Micromobility Industries, right? This is exactly where we met our friends, we met our partners, suppliers, customers, right? Something that is so fascinating, and what Horace and James and team has done a very good job is in building a community. So this is not just an event for 2 days, but it goes much, much beyond, which is not easy to do, right? And big round of applause for Horace and James for building a massive community across the world. On that note, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you folks would have been to these events and done a lot of deals, met amazing people. Personally, for me, if I didn't exhibit as part of Mayten last year, we wouldn't have acquired Kogo. Thanks for the good people here who put me in touch with the right people. Post-acquisition, like what James was talking, we had about 3 or 4 months to put this event together. I reached out to all the folks involved, and the folks here were very generous in turning this around in 4 months, giving amazing support. There are even folks who wrote a check just to support us, right? Without such generosity, this wouldn't have happened. And thank you so much for all your support. And thank you all for coming as well. I mean, without you being here, this wouldn't happen either. And thank you so much for that. I was thinking, what can be the theme for this year? I couldn't find anything better than hope. The reason being, I think most of you agree as well, that it wasn't easy. The last couple of years, it wasn't easy for anybody. Not for investors, not for founders, not for cities either, right? You also know that a couple of our friends who are building in the space, they're not building anymore, right? And we are a small group that's still probably building, right? And we still believe in the space, right? I've been following this space very closely, and I mean, you probably read a couple of my LinkedIn posts or what I post on Twitter. What's very clear is that there are some metrics that are hinting in a positive direction, right? That's also one of the reasons why it was very easy for me to take a decision to take over Micromobility Industries when James approached me, because I see some hope. The reason why I'm saying this, I mean, you're familiar with these charts, right? You like charts, so I'm going to put some charts up here why I'm positive, right? We have voice technology that is growing every year. The best part is that their losses are, they're trimming their losses. Last year, they were adjusted a bit positive, which is a massive, massive milestone. And I believe this year they should be a bit positive. The reason why I'm putting this is, without having very good financial fundamentals, a business cannot survive. And these are positive signs. When large companies show positive results, that's a massive sign for the entire industry. Voice valuation. So, I mean, I know it's not the peak valuation yet, but if you look at the chart, the last couple of quarters, one of their largest investors, VNB Global, they've been marking up the valuation, right? It's a positive trend. I don't know if it actually reflects the reality. Maybe it can be higher, lower, but what's positive is that one of their largest investors, they're marking up the valuation. And what's also fascinating is that Y ended up raising about 50 million through a bond issue at an insane interest percentage, single-digit interest percentage, which is never heard of. Bird. So we have both the CEOs of Bird here. They're going to be on stage as well shortly. What's fascinating is that They had a turnaround year in 2024. As you all know, 2023 was troublesome. They had to go through Chapter 11. But 2024, somehow they managed to get 204 million gross bookings, and I'm estimating that it should be about 180 million top line and close to 20 million EBITDA. They're their first positive EBITDA year, right? This again, I mean, shows that you can absolutely build solid businesses in this space. There's a company, I don't know if you know this company. It's a company based in Kazakhstan. I had a chance to talk to the founder. He told me that he has never raised any massive equity round. He has a bond issue, so raising cash through bond issues. They're profitable from day one, right? So you can absolutely build solid businesses with very good fundamentals, and they're growing year over year as well. And I heard that this year is going to be a big year for them. It's not that, I mean, that's much more. So the Swing, probably you know Swing, they're from South Korea. They're profitable very early on, and every year they're a bit positive. Swapfiets, everybody, we all know about Swapfiets. I mean, I've questioned their fundamentals on LinkedIn and Twitter, saying that, I mean, how does this business make sense, right? Look at the chart. I mean, every year they're growing, and they're trimming their losses. Mark is going to be on stage tomorrow, and he's been doing an incredible job. I mean, we don't hear a lot about Swapfiets, but the results are great. But what's more fascinating is, if you look at their membership growth, the last couple of years, it's kind of flat, but look at the revenue per member. Crazy, right? So fundamentals are improving. Donkey Republic, I'm sure the new CEO and CFO, they are here. Christian is going on stage, I think, tomorrow. They had their first EBIT positive year last year. So every chart that I look at, right, every financial metrics that I look at, a well-run company, they're all moving towards profitability. And it's a massive transition, right? And what I believe is that 2022, 23, probably 2023 was the micromobility bottom, or especially for shared micromobility. I think it was a bottom. 2024 and 25, especially 25, it's going to be a transition year. We're going to see a lot of winners emerging. I think we'll see cash coming into this space. I was talking to somebody who was doing debt financing, asset-backed debt financing, and he told me that they are setting up a fund specifically for micromobility. I hope you get a chance to meet this gentleman who's also on stage tomorrow. So with that, we have an incredible show for you. We have the best speaker lineup ever. It's kind of like, I've been coming to Micromobility conference, and this is exactly the dream panel, keynotes, fireside chats that I would want to watch, right? So we have an incredible show for 2 days, and thank you all for coming, and thank you so much for your support.